Thank you for watching part 1. Please join us for part 2. Welcome to part 2 of the Splash and Ripples tutorial. We are going to animate the ripples caused by the splash which we have animated in part 1 of this tutorial. You will see that we already have the earlier layers here, the pebble animation and the splash animation. We will now add a new layer just above the background layer so we can animate our ripples here. Well, of course, we'll call this layer Ripples. Then we go to frame 20 and add a blank keyframe using F7. We now draw the first key of the ripple using the oval tool. The shortcut is O. We then delete the fill of the oval shape and change the size of its stroke by going to the tab on the right. It's in Properties, Object, Color and Style, Stroke, Size. We keep the stroke size 7. We scale this oval shape of the ripple down to 40% using the Scale and Rotate tool. The shortcut is Ctrl-Alt+S. Next we go to frame 40 and add a keyframe using F6. On this key, we scale up our ripple up to 200% using the Scale and Rotate tool. The shortcut is Ctrl+Alt+S. We scale it up to 200% again a second time. We then right-click on the ripples layer and select Cut Layers from the drop-down menu. Next, we add a new layer 12 above the background layer and call it Ripples. We now draw a rectangle using a rectangle tool on the ripples layer. The shortcut of the rectangle tool is R. We select the rectangle and convert it into a symbol using F8 and call it Ripples. We then double-click the symbol and enter it. We right-click on layer 1 and select Paste Layers from the drop-down menu. After this layer is pasted, we delete layer 1. You can see now that our ripples have been pasted a bit outside of our work area. We go to the switch on the Edit Multiple Frames above the timeline. Please follow the video to locate the switch. We then select all the frames on this layer and drag the ripple to where it actually should be, just like it is done in the video. Once done, we switch off the Multiple Frames edit. We now add a new layer and drag frame 40 from the old to the new layer, holding down the Alt key. We select the first layer and convert it to a symbol and call it Ripples Sub. We now go to frame 40 and add a keyframe there using F6. Then we scale up the symbol using the Scale and Rotate tool. The shortcut is Ctrl+Alt+S. We scale it up to 600%. Now we delete the ripples layer on the top. Please see the video to make sure you delete the right layer. Now we go to frame 20 and double click on the symbol to enter it. We then select our ripple, go to Modify and then Shape and select Convert Lines to Fill. We now exit the symbol by clicking on Ripples on the tab. In this symbol, we select a few random frames as seen in the video. We right-click on any one and select Create Classic Tween from the drop-down menu. We then select all the frames from frame 40 to 61 as seen in the video and remove them using Shift F5. Now we select all the frames from frame 20 to 40 and drag the whole selection to frame 1. Once this is done, we double-click on the ripple to enter the symbol and modify the shape of ripple using the Selection tool, the shortcut for which is V. Please follow the modification done in the video. You can hold down the Alt key to make pointy shapes. We can now exit the symbol and create a keyframe on frame 6 using F6. Then we right-click on the ripple symbol and select Duplicate Symbol from the menu that appears and we call this Ripple Sub 1. We again enter the symbol and make some changes to its shape. Please follow the video for the exact changes. We are going to work this process for every other frame ahead. So we exit the symbol and add a keyframe on frame 5. Right-click and select Duplicate Symbol from the menu and call it Ripple Sub 2. Please make the changes as per the video. Now that we have done adding ripples till ripple sub 8, we can see the ripple animation till frame 21. We now go to frame 9, we select the ripple using Ctrl A and we are going to gradually reduce the visibility of the ripple as it moves ahead from this frame onwards. We go to color effects, which is in properties, objects, and we select alpha from the drop down menu and move the alpha slider so that we set it to 85%. We are going to follow the same process for each consecutive keyframe and reduce the alpha value a little in such a way that the last keyframe will have an alpha value of 0. Please follow the video for all the details. Once this is done, we exit the symbol by clicking on the Scene 1 tab as seen in the video. Then we select keyframe 1 on the ripples layer and drag it over to frame 20. We now select the ripple and scale up this symbol using the Scale and Rotate tool. The shortcut is Ctrl-Alt-S. We scale it up to 120%. It looks like we need to scale it down a little bit, so we use the same tool and scale it down to 95%. Then we convert it to a symbol using F8 and call it Main Ripples. We then double click the ripple to enter the symbol. As you can see in the video, we add a keyframe at frame 40 and add frames using F5. We then add a new layer 2, select keyframe 1 from layer 1 and holding the Alt key, we drag it to frame 5 of layer 2 as seen in the video. You will notice that the next ripple starts at frame 5. We now add another layer 3 and copy the ripple from the earlier layer to frame 10 on the new layer. We now add another layer 4 and copy the ripple from the earlier layer to frame 10 on the new layer 4. We now exit the symbol by clicking on the Scene 1 tab and see what our animation looks like. We are now going to add a few more small ripples where the droplets of the splash fall to the surface. So we've created a new layer and copied the keyframes at frame 20 from the ripples layer underneath to the ripples layer above as you can see in the video. We can now copy the ripples using the shortcut Ctrl-C. Now we start placing our ripples at the exact frames and the exact spots where the droplets of the splash fall to the surface of the water. So the frame is 32 when all the droplets fall into the water. And to match the position of the droplet, we turn on the onion skin option. This will show us a trace of the last key drawings of the splash, which will help us place our ripples in their right position. Please focus on the video here so that nothing is missed out. We add the ripples as per the fallen droplets of the splash as seen in the video. Now, on our splash animation layer, we add a blank keyframe on frame 36 using F7. We also add alpha to all keyframes and set the value to 0 at frame 61 so that all the ripples will have gradually faded out at the end instead of stopping abruptly. Please see the video for a quick preview. We add a blank keyframe on all the layers at frame 61 so the animation stops on this frame. We've seen our ripples animation and it looks like it needs some changes. We are now going to make some changes to our timing on the main ripple. Apparently, our main ripple keeps on playing in a loop and doesn't stop when it should. So we lock all the layers except the main ripple layer. We now select the keyframe on frame 60 and the blank keyframe on frame 61 from this layer and drag it to frame 43. Now we can see that our main ripple stops before the other ripples. We now enter the ripple symbol by double-clicking on it. Next, we delete layer 4 by selecting the layer and pressing the delete key on the keyboard as it is a redundant layer at this time. Now we select the ripple symbol on layer 3. We intend to stop this animation from playing in a loop, so we go to Properties, Object, Looping and click on the Play Graphic Once button located in the middle of the 3 buttons as seen in the video. This will make sure that our ripple animation plays just once. Now we lock layer 3 and do the same for the symbols on layer 1 and layer 2. After this is done, we select the first keyframe on layer 2, which is at frame 5, drag it to 10th frame on the same layer so that the animation on this layer will start from frame 10. We then select the keyframe on layer 3 and drag it to frame 15 as seen in the video. Let's exit the symbol by clicking on Scene 1 tab as seen in the video and look at our animation by pressing the Enter key. Our animation looks good. We now export an SWF to see what our animation looks like. Hope you found this helpful. Thanks for watching.